Okay, so I'm sorry that we're hurrying that because we got started late, but we've got great guests today, and I want to introduce to the program, Nancy, Cassie Gonzales. And she is a clinical science PhD student with the Department of Psychology at the University of Southern California, where she's studying with our good friend, Dr. Jonathan Tarbox. So big shout out to Dr. Jonathan Tarbox. And she received her bachelor degree from the University of California, Berkeley, where she studied psychology and public health. And her research focuses on understanding why some individuals with autism spectrum disorder receive lower quality supports than others and investigating ways to reduce these inequities. Cassie, don't we love that topic? And we're so glad to welcome you to Let's Talk Autism with Shannon and Nancy.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
I
And
have her audio. Do you?
Yes, I have her audio. I've got her. You can't hear her, Nancy?
No.
Oh, sorry. Well, hang on for a second because I've got your audio, Cassie.
Okay,
Welcome.
you keep going then, Shannon.
Thank you. So, Cassie, thanks so much for being here. We're delighted to have you. You have a study that you're participating in right now, and you would like for all of our California families to participate in that. So, first of all, let's talk about what the study is and what that's about.
yeah, so the study that we're calling the Autism Services Study is what we're looking at is IEPs of kids across California. And what we want to see is exactly what is going wrong with these IEPs for which kind of students and families. Because we know that there's an uneven playing field, especially for families that are racial minorities and people with less financial resources. So we really want to make sure we understand what it looks like in schools.
Right. And we've already got a parent writing in saying, that's my son. It's lack of money, good insurance, and lack of knowing what to ask for. And I know that Cassie and I had a conversation the other day. It sounds like somebody's typing. Are one of you typing? Traven, look at what that is. I don't know what that is. But in any case, we talked about this the other day, that it's so like a mystery, the IEP process, about what other people are getting. And if you don't know what to ask for, did you miss the boat? And so I love that this study is going to shed some light on what people are getting, and more importantly, who isn't getting the services that they need, because we know that there's an underserved populations, and you're going to shed some light on that with any luck. So what do you hope that you're going to be able to do with the findings that you find from this study, Cassie?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So the information we're getting from this study, we want to make sure that it's actually helping families back. So what we're hoping for is that this information will be used to make targeted change for the families who need it most. And so with this information, we can talk to school districts, we can talk public policy, we can talk trainings for parents and families to teach them what they're missing in the IEP process. There's a lot of different things we can do, and that'll really depend on what we find and what we see is the biggest need.
Yes, I can't say enough. You know, Nancy and I have experienced this in life. We'll see something, we see a need, and we see a population that isn't getting what they're supposed to get. But when you try to go to the level where you want to change stuff, they'll say, where's your data?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your data? And if you have the data, like, it's more possible that if you got data and people who have a mission and a passion, that's when stuff starts to change. So we're thrilled that you're doing this. And we want to encourage all families in California to participate. And if you're not in California, you're like, well, you know, I'd like to be participating in this. Cassie's got something for you too. So tell them what they would need to do, Cassie.
Yeah, so what I will do is there is a form you can fill out, and you can give your name and contact information. And regardless if you're in California or not, we can call you up, see if you want to be put on a contact list, and we'll contact you in the future for other studies you might be qualified to participate in. We have a lot of studies coming up. We're very excited about them. And so we'll need a lot of people, a lot of families from a lot of different places. So please let us know, and we'll contact you as we keep going.
Okay, so first things first, you got to register and say that you're interested. And while you're registering, it's going to put you in some different categories, so that if you're able to be in this study, they'll contact you with further information. If you aren't qualified to be in this study, then they'll connect you with other studies that because we've got people saying, bring it here, we need it here. Okay, so where do they have to go to fill that out?
So I will, I don't have a website like link that I can say out loud. It's a link that I can send and maybe we could post. I can also link you all the ways to do that. I'm not sure if, I'm sure you have ways that you can post these things, but we'll have a website up and running that's kind of shorter and nicer that, but for now I can maybe send and post a link if that's possible.
Okay, yeah. So what we will do, everybody who's watching, we will post that link in our Facebook comments. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to need to go to Facebook after the fact and look, and we'll have it posted in the comments. We should note that by participating in this study, you're not only helping potentially your child, but you're potentially helping a lot of people. This is how change happens. If you've ever sat in your living room and said, well, if I was doing this, we would do it this way, but nobody's asking me, let me just tell you, they're asking you now. And you need to step up to that opportunity. But that's a little bit of a time commitment. How long do you think it will take if they qualify for the study? How much time will they invest?
So I would say so far it's been maybe like a half hour total time. So you're gonna have to, dig out the IEP and send it over to us and fill out 4 short forms for us. But while it is a time commitment, like Shannon was saying, this is, it's an investment in like future generations and helping other families. And, it's, if you're frustrated, like I hear parents are all the time, this is something you can do to make a change.
Okay, so our Facebook page, you guys, is Autism Live. So if you go facebook.com/Autism Live, you'll be able to find us. Because you might be watching us on one of the other places that we stream, but it will be posted there on Autism Live Facebook. So I do want to point out, though, that not only are you making a difference in helping other people while you're doing this, there is a little bit of a reinforcer for the parents for participating. So what is the reinforcer for them again?
Yeah, so thank you for reminding me, it's pretty critical. So that once you send in your IEP and the forms, we'll send you a $10 Amazon gift card to thank you for your time.
Okay, a $10 Amazon gift card. So that's a pretty amazing thing. And it's not that you're entered to win that. Everybody who actually qualifies and does the work that you have to send in your IEP. I want to stress that I encourage you to sit down with your IEP, make a copy of it, and take your magic marker and go through and take out every time that it actually says your child's name. But I do need to tell you that Cassie and her team are I'll let her tell you about all of their HIPAA things. But if you don't do it, they will do that for you. So they're asking, Cassie's last name is Gonzales. But Cassie, tell them about how you protect their private information.
Sure. So we are kind of watched over by HIPAA, which is the same law that protects your privacy in the doctor's office. So when you send in the IEP, we'll ask that you try to remove any personal information, signatures, names, addresses. But as soon as you send it in, me or a member of my research team will go over it immediately after and make sure all of that's removed. So we ask you to do it mostly for your own peace of mind, but then we're going to make sure that all of that is totally removed. And then once that's done, we're going to give it a number. So your name's not even going to be on it after that point.
Okay. Yeah. So really remarkable. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I think that this is super important. I'm going to be reminding you guys about this because this study is going on for a little while. When do you think you're going to be done?
We're hoping to be done by the end of the year. So we'll be collecting people for as long as that happens. But, keep on contacting us, but the sooner the better.
Okay. Yeah. So Cassie, I know I was able to say this to you a little bit before, but we love it when people like yourself join and come into the autism community. Nancy and I have said before, we were drafted into here. It wasn't necessary. We didn't go, I know, why don't I spend my life working in the autism community? We got drafted. But I always love to ask young people like you who have such a passion, why? Why did you decide to donate your time to autism and make this your life?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I think for me, it does start with me growing up with a close family member who has autism. But that's really not the end of it for me. By being part of that community my whole life, I've interacted with a lot of people and a lot of families with different walks of life, and I just keep getting hit over the head with how great services can be, supports can be, but also how hard it is for people to get those services and how unfair it is, really. And so I think it's really just been that continual seeing how great supports can be and how hard they are to get that's really pushed me to make a career out of this and to research this so I can actually make change.
Well, we're excited to know you, Cassie, and we can't wait to hear what happens. So thank you so much for being with us. Send us that link. We'll get it put in the chat.
And I also should say that you can also send an email if you can't find the link. You can contact us at autismfs.lab@gmail.com. So that's our email, and we can help you out from there if you send us a message.
Oh, great. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so it's autism-fs, so for family support, autism-fs, lab, LAB@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Cassie, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We really appreciate your work, and give our love to Dr. Jonathan Tarbox.
Will do. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.